right. Well, I am super excited to be joined by Avana, who is the founder of Hanahana Beauty. And she is doing something that's a little bit near and dear to my heart because she is working with some amazing entrepreneurs out of Ghana, northern Ghana, Africa, which is a place where I spent a summer helping launch businesses and working with a lot of great people in that region. And so, super excited to chat with her about what she's doing with Hanahana Beauty. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us a little bit about the story and what you're working on.
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be on here and just share more about Hanahana. Before I get into the deck and things, I love to kind of tell the story about how we started and why the brand is where we're at. I'm Ghanaian American. I was born here, however, lived in Ghana as a child. But when I launched Hanahana, I was actually a teacher. I had just moved to Chicago. And if you're not familiar with Chicago winters, it is very cold. Your skin is very dry. And I was not used to it. However, growing up, I've always utilized shea butter and didn't really enjoy, I would say, like the full texture or experience of applying it. But when I moved back to Chicago, I moved to Chicago working with seventh graders. You're a little self-conscious about, anyone making fun of you. But I decided to actually start making my own products. And I never thought it would actually become a business or see ourselves in retail, Ulta, any of those things. But however, with I would say, one, the curiosity and understanding a little bit more of the industry really inspired me to start, but most importantly, my friends and family inspired me to start. So I felt like I already had a bit of a community of a customer, so I decided. And so a little bit about Hanahana. So Hanahana in general, our whole entire mission is around how do we continue to bring sustainability and humanity into the clean beauty market. And for us, it looks like doing that through daily use body care products. So we are known for our Shea Body Butters. It's quite a cult favorite. Even Beyonce herself knows about our products. Serena Williams, we've had some really exciting angel investors that have come on, but we launched this because we wanted to create sustainable products that are affordable, but are ethically made and ethically sourced raw ingredients. And so we're known for our body butters. And for us, we continue to expand through the product line of pre, during, and after shower experiences. This is kind of currently our team. So I always tell people, and people are usually shocked by this, I am still the only full-time worker at Hanahana Beauty. But we've been able to really involve and hire team and contracts that are within Chicago and also in Ghana. So with this raise, we're really looking to really amplify our marketing. And so when we look at marketing, it's not just from the product development and the testing or the paid marketing, but also the team behind it. That's something that I really have taken under, but really wanting to amplify that team, as well as thinking around our just finances and really partner. I've been lucky enough to have advisors that have worked with me to really grow the brand in this space, but really wanting to build a solid team. But then also at the end, the people that have been working with us for the past couple of years, bring them into full time.
There's a lot of products that have shea butter out there. And so when your customers are coming to you and buying, what is the real motivator behind buying your product versus, something else with shea butter on the shelf at Ulta?
Yeah, so for us, it's those three things. Mission. We really talk about one, people have been able to grow with us. They've seen me making in the kitchen, going to Ghana, working with the producers. We work with 60 women in Ghana, and it's really around people knowing how their products are being made, where it's being sourced. But also on the other end, our whole entire outside of our mission, we always say there's no need to be ashy. We're creating products that are long lasting and great for people with dry and sensitive skin. So they trust the brand, they trust the work that we're doing, and they know that the quality is good because a lot of the times people are coming in from organic marketing, which means that they've heard from someone that has used the product. They've either went into someone's bathroom, they tried the product, and they're like, wait, where did you get this? I want this. And from that sense, and obviously with Ulta, it's really important for us that we're in there because it allows us to continue to acquire new customers. And that's why one of the things with our raised is around marketing is also going towards also in-store education, being able to have those designs, shelving that really allows people to come to us, learn about us if they're not, no, they don't know about the brand in that way to really showcase those points that I just shared.
I thought it was really interesting that you pay twice as much for your raw materials. And I'm curious, one, like what's the thought process there? Obviously, trying to create a more livable wage. Are there any benefits though that accrue back to the company? Maybe your supply chain is more stable because your suppliers are more loyal, or they give you the very best premium, product relative to others. And obviously, like the the impact that you're having is super important, but I also am a firm believer that like you do good by doing good, right? And I'm curious if you see any advantages there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've hit it right on the dot. Like, as a brand, we use many ingredients. We focus on shea butter as where we're paying two times asking price, or any ingredients that we're sourcing directly from the continent. For me, the reason how it started was because when I had launched Hanahana, I was teaching and I was also completing my master's. And so when I decided to start, I went back to Ghana and I met the actual producers. I lived in Ghana for like I think till 2020. And so when I met the producers at the time, shea butter was around 4 cities a kilo, which is under $1 per kilo. And so it just didn't really make sense to me at all to be one, have the time where I got to learn from the women, see the process. It's a physical task. It's a lot of the women are ranging from the ages of like, 25 to 65.
Wow.
So for me, it just didn't make sense to see this whole process and then pay just under $1 a kilo. And at that time, we were only, I was probably just taking back or buying 250 kilos at a time. However, now we're like, buying like 2 tons at a time, And so for us, I would say the benefit one is the fact that it is quite marketable at the end of the day that we
Yeah.
do that.
You've got a few products there in front of you. Can you walk us through what the price points look like, and maybe give us a comparison for those like myself that don't buy shea butter on the regular?
Yeah, so I think the biggest difference is that one, our shea body butter is made with three different butters, mango, cocoa, and shea, and then five
Hmm.
different. So it's not just a straight raw shea butter, and it's also whipped. So it's gone through the process of being whipped. So we have actually 6 different shea body butters. Today I have in front of us 3 of them. So we have each of the body butters are scented or unscented. So we have unscented, which is really great for anyone with sensitive eczema. If you're prone to different scents, it's nice as a cocoa, like a natural cocoa smell. But then we have products like our bamboo coconut, our lemongrass, our amber vanilla, which is one of our top sellers. And it is priced at this sizing for $32. We also have a mini that comes at $12, or if you buy it in a set of 3, it's 10. And so I would say products that are ranging where it's like a body butter that's mixed. And that's also one thing, the difference between ours is that it is not a water base. A lot of the times you see body butters that have water as its first, and for us, it's all the rich ingredients. And so it can be comparative to like a brand like butter, or I think they call it butter. Yeah. Um there's a lot of brands that can range from like $50, right, to like
Hmm.
$24. And so we put ourselves in a place where you, and also I would say like now even it's very different in retail, like CVS or even Target, where you do have these luxury brands there and their partnerships. So we really have put ourselves in a medium where it's like, okay, there's products that are a little bit more expensive, there's products that are a little bit less, but you're willing to purchase for this because you know the quality of what you're gonna get.
No, I really like kind of the authenticity behind your brand, right? Like, hey, we're not gonna jam it packed full of fillers. We're going to do the right thing by our suppliers and help provide a living wage. It feels like that is like the big thing that customers keep coming back for is kind of that authenticity and product and trust. Is that?
I would definitely say that's it. And I think at the end of the day, it's like you can have all those things, but if the product doesn't work, then I can just be a fan via online. But if the product is working for me, then I'm gonna keep coming back. Yeah.
Why raise on WeFunder? Why not raise from traditional venture capitalists?
Yeah, so the thing is we have, right? We have raised on with traditional venture. And for us, we really just saw that as a brand and what we're doing, it makes sense for us to continue to have investors or people that have equity in the brand that understand the brand, that we don't fully just have to explain why we're here or why it's important or why we need to take this space up. And for us, it really just transitioned within our mission around equity and access. And so with WeFunder, what's great about it is that we're still able to do actual equity raise. So what that means is that this is a safe note. Investors get to come in to gain future equity in the brand. They're on the same safe note as Hannah Brofman, as Alexis Ohani. They had that same evaluation point. And so they get to come along with the ride. And for us, like, it just gives us another baseline of being able to be supported and invested in through customers allows us to also have a whole nother network of people to be testing products on, have that ride on, understand what's best for the brand in that way too. So yeah.
Really appreciate the time. It's been a fun conversation. If you are interested in learning more about Hanahana Beauty and supporting the cause, you should go to the Refunder site, which is wefunder.com/.
Hanahana Beauty. Of
Awesome. Thank you.
course.
Isn't Abana so great? One of the things that I really love about the Hanahana Beauty story is just the authenticity of the really high quality product, their supply chain, the impact that they're having on the women and their suppliers in northern Ghana, as well as just having, really high quality ingredients without fillers. And that in turn results in a very high quality product that results in real benefits to consumers. And so they keep coming back. This brand and this product really just screams authenticity all the way through, which I think is fantastic. I really like that even though she's paying twice for the shea butter as competitors, she's still able to maintain close to 80% gross margins, which is phenomenal and really where you'd want it to be for a consumer product like this, because that 80% margin is going to give her a lot of room to spend on marketing, which will be really important to help differentiate her brand. And so I think that's great. I also really liked that not only isn't she in Ulta, but she's expanded within Ulta, and that was watching her and knew about her. I think that's also a sign that, the buyers at Ulta kind of know what's moving, where trends are going, and the fact that they're watching this segment very closely to me is an indicator that like there's some really interesting things to be done here. Now, like I always do, I love talking about the risks that you have to be comfortable with if you're going to invest in this company. Now, this is not investment advice, nor should be construed as that. It's really for entertainment and educational purposes only. But these are some of the risks that would keep me up at night if I were to invest in this company. So one, it's a consumer products company, and those are always really challenging, honestly, because they aren't as scalable as like a software company, right? You've got to in this case, they've got to source product from Africa. They have to ship it to their warehouse or to Ulta, and probably it has a given shelf life, so it might expire. Like all of those things can result in impacting your business and impacting your margins, and requires a decent amount of cash up front to sustain all of that until you finally make the sale. I mean, you've got to fork over a lot of money to buy the product, manufacture the product, ship the product before you ever start getting paid once a customer finally finds it. And then you also have to spend money to educate. I really like how she's been able to really hit above her weight when it comes to earned media. I mean, clearly, like she is doing a phenomenal job landing incredible publications and other PR mechanisms that's really driving a lot of word of mouth, which I think is great. I think the real question will be whether or not she can cross that chasm of word of mouth marketing to more paid marketing and watching the cost increase on that. Now, that being said, she needs to make this move, right? If she wants to build this into a really big company, she's going to need to start spending against marketing and really driving more awareness around the brand. That, though, represents a really meaningful risk, though. Like, she has to be able to demonstrate clear ROI on her marketing spend. And if she doesn't, she's not going to hit her growth targets. And by the way, that's another risk, right? Like, her business has been relatively flat for the last several years and is now expecting to hit this like hockey stick of growth, that I think is really driven by the amount of money that they're raising that they'd be able to put against marketing. Again, if they're not able to identify like the right target market and really grow within that cost effectively, they're not going to hit their numbers and they're going to end up burning a lot of money. So that is a risk you need to be aware of. That being said, if she can hit it and start seeing this real nice hockey stick, then it will be easier for her to raise additional capital in the future that will allow her to continue to grow. At the end of the day, these types of businesses are really marketing machines. You need to have a really good product that's efficacious, but you also need to understand how to do marketing and do it well. It feels like she's obviously been hitting above her weight so far. And the big question is whether or not she'll continue to do that. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I want to try a new thing now where I'm letting you vote on whether or not I should invest personally into this company. So let me know down in the comments. Are you a yay or are you a nay on whether or not I should invest and why or why not? And if you ended up making an investment, please let me know if you did and what your personal investment thesis went in making that investment. Until next time, thanks.